And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got a great one lined up. We've got Google in there. This is so massive. Like, there's, I don't want to say conspiracy. I want to say that there's a deep connection with the people that invented the internet, whoever that might be, whatever agency that might be. All the early people like this, we're going to get into some pretty cool stuff. It's 7 a.m. on a Sunday, and I've got a whole, all across the top of my screen, I've probably got 20 windows open, 25. So they're starting to get about that big. It's hard to kind of read. I can't read these windows, they're that small. We're going to get into this on how we're going to start off with this. How Coinbase, look, Coinbase is a crypto exchange. They're linked up with BlackRock, the biggest investment company in the world. Crypto will not go anywhere until they're involved, okay? Until BlackRock is already hooked up, no fucking shit's going to happen, okay? Now, once they are hooked up, be prepared, okay? Because this crypto, you will never be able to afford prices like we have today. Right now, I'm going to show you. We're going to start off with a very fundamental article. I'm going to show you what cryptocurrencies, I will show you what crypto will be fundamental to the future of finance, okay? This is what we're looking at here. Financial, listen to the title of this article. Coinbase wants to turn crypto platforms into financial infrastructure. Everybody, if you're brand new to crypto, the word crypto is generic because a lot of people are thinking of Sam Bankman-Fried and all these scam things and stuff. That's because there was no regulation. And Gary Gensler, who was in charge of the SEC, was too busy sucking dick with his boyfriends to regulate the crypto atmosphere in this country, okay? While he was sucking on Big D and the rest of us, I don't know what his problem was. Gary was a very sick individual. Very, very confused. He taught at Massachusetts Institute of Technology about crypto. And then when he becomes an SEC commissioner, he acts like he doesn't even know what it is. He's probably having gender identity problems, and that little thing in his pants he thinks is a vagina or something. I don't know. Hey, this is getting, I don't want to discuss this anymore. I just ate breakfast, and I don't want to have to throw I don't have to throw up online here in front of everybody. But Gary Gensler did do a 4-year fuck tactic over crypto. He fucked it all over, okay? So now we have Trump in office going to unfuck things. And we're going to start off here with about the biggest as it gets. Coinbase is the biggest crypto exchange, or will be the biggest crypto exchange in the world, because you got BlackRock working with it. And that's what we're going to focus on to start off the show. And that's for show. So we're going to, let me check who the first 5 people here. And it was AJ Singh. Then we have Fornessa, 552 man. Then we have Essa. And then lastly, Brian Edwards. Now, Michael Russell just joined as an entry-level membership. And Derek. I don't know. I've never seen a name spelled that way, so it's probably not common in English, but okay. They are entry-level. Looks like there was a bunch of spam deleted by MK_P. I'm drinking some kind of the cherry limeade Ghost. It's very good. Then after this, I got to do some arms, and then I got to go try to walk about 2.5 miles on a treadmill. And that is my Sunday morning. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't believe anything on the show. Everything is a lie on this program. Before every program, I get super high on drugs. I take the drugs any way I can. Snort them, eat them, inject them, whatever it takes. I have to get as high. Cocaine, heroin, you name it. What do you call it? Mushrooms, psychedelics. I drink about 3 gallons of vodka before the show. Like, damn, Crypto. Oh, my God. Lastly, this is very important. Now, I just did 3 Marcus Grimaud says, I just did 3 lines and 3 cups of coffee. Oh my God, this is not even funny. We're laughing about it. He's like, I just did 3 lines. Jimmy, oh my God. Jeff Goldbeck is like handcrafted vodka only. 1 cup and 1 joint. Oh my God. Oh shit, it's not even funny. Chris Sharpie is having a Riot strawberry watermelon energy drink. Damn it, man. Welcome to the channel, entry-level membership. Terrence McNamara, to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Us men that had good mothers, like my mom. I had a good dad and a mom. I was lucky. That's why I grew up halfway normal. Or actually, I can say I already know what my gender identity is because I had good parents that had role models, and it's just being a parent's important. I mean, everybody wants to be like out there trying to fuck around and all that shit. And that creates human beings. And human beings that are born, they need a mom and a dad, biological, to help raise the child so the kid doesn't end up all fucked up in the head and with all these mental sexual issues and stuff. It's tough, you know. A mother's job. And then does she be a mom, or what if she wants to work and make money or to be a career? But when you create a human being, there's responsibility. And it's tough, you know, it really is. To be a good parent, it's super tough. And then a mom has to it's just, I'm not getting into all the sentimental stuff right now. This is not the time and the place, but it is a place. So I barely have female viewers, like maybe 5% of my viewers or 3%. And if there's mothers out there, and I say congratulations, because that's the most important job you could ever do. It's not what career you have. It's raising a child. This is just Crypto Hulk's opinion. Everybody's got their own, but the most important job you could do if you gave birth to a child is to raise that child correctly and to help that kid's identity and self-esteem and future, you know, to help that kid's future and stuff. So that's a pretty big job and responsibility. So because people are the future, and if we look at how society's kids are being raised, and some parents ain't doing their job. So anyhow, I will leave it at that. My name's Crypto Hulk again. Wait, Hulk, balanced drug use is key. The key is snort the coke up the right, and the other drug is for the left nostril. Oh my God, these people on the show. Okay, now YT loves effing with the channel, so I need your help on some things. Then we'll start this show off. One, put a comment in every top chat, even if it's the word comment. Same thing after the show. Save this show to your favorites. Share this video with everybody you can. Share it to your own email. Okay, then you can watch it later. We're not doing this to manipulate any kind of algorithm statistics. We're not doing that to do that. Lastly, make a 8-video playlist. Don't make it any bigger. Don't make an 8-video playlist and play it while you're at home. Now, you can keep the volume nice and low so you don't hear the ads or anything. I mean, whoa, I'm sorry. You can keep the volume low, but I want you to listen to all the ads. Now, what some people, this one person told me, don't put your YouTube volume on the YouTube thing to off or mute, because then YT knows what you're doing and they're going to ding you. Okay, they're going to send you warnings or whatever they're going to do. Okay. They're going to suspect you of account fraud. So what a lot of people will do is on their keyboard, press the mute button, and that'll shut off the sound. Now, I'm not telling anybody, because this is being recorded, so I'm not telling anybody to turn off the sound while they let this thing play for 8 hours a day. You're supposed to listen to the ads, okay? That's what our intention is. Now, while you're at work, you could let the 8 hours play, and you could adjust your keyboard sound to where the show doesn't interfere with your work. So you have to get a little creative on what I'm saying here. I want everybody to listen to the ads. That's what I'm trying to say. So you adjust your volume how you have to using your keyboard, not the YT app, because they can see that. Okay, now let's get into some super important cryptos. Let's take a look. Hold on. I'm going to do a Caleb and Brown check-in. Oh, Caleb Brown is the sponsor to the show. They are a crypto brokerage and a custodial agent, meaning they hold your crypto. Fireblocks is the proprietary system that protects your crypto. So basically, Caleb Brown is using Fireblocks to protect your crypto. That's the short answer of it. Let me go to Google Authenticator. I want to check in and look at my crypto account really quick. I just started with Caleb Brown about 5 months ago. Okay, here we are, Google Authenticator. Okay, now I'm in my Caleb Brown account. Okay, the total overall numbers are down just a little. And let's look. I want to look at an XRP price. Okay, that's not letting me do. So I go over to the cryptocurrencies thing and I type in, oh, there it is right there, $2.35. Okay. Oh. So on the 30-day, XRP is up 17%. Not bad. If you were somebody that got into XRP 30 days ago, you just made 17% profit. You realize that? Bitcoin, you'd be up 26%. Oh, shit. What is that? Ethereum would be up 59%. Oh, man. If you had Solana, you'd be up 45. If you had Dogecoin, you'd be up 45% in the past 30 days. Seems like all this dumb shit crypto is the ones that go up. We take a look. 81% sweet. Yeah, what the hell? Chainlink's up 32. Okay, SWI is up 81%. Come on now. I never see any fundamental news with that dumb shit. Polkadot, 43%. If you have wrapped Ethereum, you're up 58%. Pepe is up 92%. Okay, I'm done. I'm so fucking done with this dumb shit. Pepe is up 92%. And then BitTensor is up 82%. This is so fucking ridiculous. Wow, I'm done. I'm back to fundamental news. Youth. One day I'll get a Hulk autographed $100 bill. We could arrange that one. That would be pretty cool. Put it in a frame. And then when money's destroyed, yeah. Okay, here we go. Fundamental news right here. Let's start with this. This is a large article. Coinbase wants to turn crypto platforms into financial infrastructure. Do you realize how lofty of a goal that is? To come out and say, if I run a crypto platform, my goal is to use crypto for the world's financial infrastructure. I mean, people would say you're high if you say something like that. But here it is. That's their goal right there. Now, if we go to the fourth paragraph, this is something I want you to see. It's very exciting. Coinbase, Brian Armstrong says, we are excited about progress on stablecoin regulations. There will be another vote next week, Armstrong said, with greater regulatory clarity. We believe crypto rails will update financial infrastructure around the world. Haven't I been telling you this same thing for probably about a month or two now? For about the past month, we've seen nothing. Hold on, let me click out of this one. For the past month, 3 weeks, all my news is stablecoin. There's nothing else. And I'm like, you know what? These companies, these banks, these financial institutions, whatever we want to call them, I'm seeing a race, a coming together of stablecoin. There's nothing else in the news about stablecoin. Something's telling me something massive is getting set up. What did I tell you? Don't get confused when you're hearing this word stablecoin. Think of the word crypto. So if I change that headline here, we change the headline. Coinbase wants to turn, crypto platforms into financial infrastructure. That's good here. Let's read the sentence I just read. Brian Armstrong from Coinbase says, we are excited about the progress on crypto regulations. So I translated the word crypto in place of stablecoin. We are excited about our progress on crypto regulation. There will be a vote next week, Armstrong said, with greater regulatory clarity. We believe crypto rails will update financial infrastructure around the world. You guys, I've already told you already. When you hear this news about stable coins all the time, replace that with crypto. Because what they're doing right now in front of everybody is faking them out. It's brilliant. Right in front of everybody, they're rolling out a new financial system. They've got you so worried about price that you don't even bother looking at crypto because you're like, oh, that's, people see the Pepe at 82% gains in 30 days. I'm like, what the fuck? How is that? You could have just almost doubled your money on a dumb shit crypto. Look, I'm telling you what, and I have told you what. If you know what you're doing, you could make millions off meme coins, worthless coins. If you time this stuff right, you could 100% your money there, 50% over on that one. And you add these up, 100 here, 50 there. Pretty soon you're at 1,000, 10,000% over 30 days. I don't know how to do all that stuff, so I put it on automatic pilot. But what I want you to see is this. Whenever you're seeing Congress to vote on stablecoin laws, that's crypto laws. This is happening in front of everybody. I'm showing you Coinbase, which is BlackRock, is looking forward to crypto laws coming into effect. They're going to vote on them again. Why is it? I'll get on with the article just very briefly here. Stablecoin regulations are crypto regulations. Brand new people, I want you to understand this, okay? They are rolling out crypto regulations right before your eyes, but they're calling them stablecoin regulations. So what you're not going to realize is this. I'm going over fundamental news. I'm mentioning crypto companies that don't have 82% gains in 30 days. No one who's brand new is looking at the cryptos I'm talking about because they're only going up 17% in a month. To some people, that's not a big deal. If you're in the real professional world, a 17% increase in 1 year is great. It's very good. Actually, 10 to 15% is considered acceptable on a 10-year investment plan, like with somebody. If you get 10 or you're paying 15%, you're golden. That's in 12 months. I'm showing you like DK Sync or whatever. I'm showing you like these cryptos here. Even the Pepe, I don't want to bring that one up, but 80% in a month. That's like making 5 years worth of gains in a stock market. You guys see how much? Get positioned. Look, the distractions are these little 50% increase, 100% increase. What I'm here for is like 10,000% increase. When you get real crypto, everybody, the kind that Coinbase is talking about, the financial infrastructure, when you get real crypto, somebody's loading up on Fartcoin. Brilliant. Yeah, ZK Sync has been doing a great job. And then Flare. This is what's going on. So the good crypto is what we focus on, not this 50 or 100% increase. I'm trying to get 10,000% gains. And unfortunately, I got to wait. That's how it works. Stablecoin regulations will update financial infrastructure around the world. Look down below where in dark black bold heading it says positioning crypto. Go to the first sentence, go to the last half of the first sentence. The future of finance. I want you to listen to what Coinbase is telling you. They're telling you the future right now. Okay, Coinbase is telling you, you don't have to believe in crypto. Oh, it's for scams. This crypto hall guy has a scam show. Hey, that's good. But let's just listen to what Coinbase says, since they are the biggest crypto company in the world, working with the biggest traditional financial company in the world, BlackRock. How is it? This is to all the doubters out there, because you need help, because you're going to get fucking your cheeks clapped when crypto takes off. How is it that your biggest financial institution in the world, BlackRock, it's a traditional financial institution. It's the biggest one in the entire world, and they are hooked up with a crypto company called Coinbase that sells crypto. How do you have BlackRock, the biggest traditional company in the world, hooked up with some bullshit stuff? Is that possible? No, it's not. You don't take 13 trillion in assets, which is what BlackRock is worth, and mix up with some dumb shit scam company you want to claim as Coinbase. That shit doesn't happen. I'm sorry. You're seriously fucked up and you don't even understand. You could be somebody that works on Wall Street. You don't get it. I'm sorry. You don't get the biggest company in the world linking up with this, crypto scam stuff. No, there's something here you don't get, okay? And you're going to miss out. And what you don't get is millions and billions. You're going to get destroyed. That's what you're going to get. So here's that article right there. I'll leave it at that. It's showing us what the future is going to be. Now, we're going to talk about one of the cryptos that is the future right here. We're talking about Coinbase again. This article is dated, 2-3 days ago. Let's take a little look here. If here's this article here. Coinbase breathes new life. Now, this is going to get, this is very interesting, this article here. So we just got done reading an article on how Coinbase is telling us that proper crypto regulations will lead to a brand new future of finance. That's pretty fucking massive, okay? The whole world, is going to move into a cryptocurrency payment system. Now, how are we going to do that? With this article right here. This article right here, I'm just going to break it down. I'm not going to get into the article. I'm only going to highlight it because it could get kind of confusing. I was sitting here before the show for 15 minutes thinking about how am I going to present this article? And I was reading it. And so here's what we got. I'm just going to break this down so you get it. You can read the article on your own. Here's what the article's saying. When the internet was created in 1997, there was a space available for global payments. You get it? That was the intention 30 years ago. All right? This gets really heavy. It's not complicated. It's just really heavy, like, damn. So they already, our government with the defense agencies, and that's what the internet was all about, defense agencies and stuff. Okay, 3-letter agency stuff that'll get your channel deleted if you talk about it, or people showing up at your front door with guns and badges and handcuffs. And they'll knock on my door like this. I'll be like, yes, who is it? This is Special Agent from the Treasury. We need to have us talk with you. We need to have a talk with Crypto Hulk. Yeah, this is his mother. Crypto Hulk's not here. He moved away about a year ago. Well, ma'am, his IP address shows active on YouTube. And, well, actually, is that him right now talking? I can hear him in the background. Sorry. I've got to take a nap right now. I'm 85 years old. Bye. That's what the fuck's going to happen if I get too deep into cryptocurrency and the roots. All right. Electric Thor 774. Thank you very much for that donation. Do you think regulations force these companies to merge private and public blockchains? That's a great question. What I think is this. I've only been saying this for 5 years. Mr. OG's here for the jokes, and that's faux show. What I've been saying for 5 years is you're going to have 100 crypto exchanges. And guess what? You're going to end up with 10. So this question is, do you think regulations will force these companies to merge? What did I just say? You're going to have 100 exchanges. And in the end, you're going to have 10. What's going to happen is this. I've only been telling you guys for 5 years. And it's okay if you just showed up here. It's A-okay. You'll have 100 exchanges. I've been telling you since 2020. And right when we get real close, you're going to see like 10. No, that's just it's just a saying. It's figuratively. Not literally. Okay, I'm not literally saying there will be just 10 global exchanges. I'm not saying that. Figuratively speaking, I mean, a lot of these exchanges will be wiped out, merge, regulations will shut things down, and this was some. We're seeing this already. What are we seeing? Well, we're seeing BlackRock hooking up with Coinbase, aren't we? So those two become one. I'm showing you that right there, right? We've just started. What did Ripple just bought? Hidden Road, right? Yes, that's a brokerage. So Ripple's a software company, fintech, hooking up with a brokerage. Oh, shit. Coinbase just bought Deribit, What is now Coinbase is what? A cryptocurrency exchange, right? What did they just buy? The world's biggest crypto derivatives company called Deribit. Those two become one. Ripple, Hidden Road, they become one. Coinbase, BlackRock, they become one. Are you seeing what the fuck I've been telling you is going to happen 5 years ago? Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. You are so fucking right. That's why I watch you and got my little crypto basic membership plan, because you're the bomb, okay? This is the shit I've been telling you is going to happen. Now, with Coinbase, the article here, let me do a copy paste because you guys distracted me and got me off on some other kind of a trail. Okay. Now, this Coinbase article is talking about I'm just going to summarize it. I don't want to look at the articles because it's going to start complicating shit. When the internet was first created by the government agencies, we have the defense agencies and stuff, the internet had a placeholder. It had a special area for payments that they knew. Here's what I think. In the future, they knew that somebody would create. This is so awesome. It's kind of scary, but it's awesome. They created this thing called the internet. And what they did is they left a place. They didn't have the technology at that time. They left a place on the internet to have a global payments right there. Now, back in 1997, that's when Elon Musk, oh shit, Crypto Hulk. That's when Elon Musk and PayPal. Here's what I really think. They knew. Now we're starting to get somewhere, Crypto Hulk, with the conspiracy. I've already shown you the Elon Musk stuff. Elon Musk, back about 1997, 1999, okay, he had a payment system where he could have put the banks out of business. I think at that point, this is why this came up in 1997 on the internet with having HTTP 402. That's what they called it. Let me take a look. Yeah, so in 1997, there was something called HTTP 402. It was a space. I'm trying to make this simple. You have something called the internet. In 1997, they had this thing called HTTP 402. And what it was a place on the internet protocol code, wherever the fuck you want. I'm not a tech person. I don't know. But you had a placeholder on the internet for global payments. Back then, they didn't have anything ready to go. I think the Elon Musk, PayPal, and I already showed you the stuff where they could send. Elon Musk was already sending money back then. Elon Musk was already sending money back then. You didn't have to have the same bank. I think in 1997, Elon Musk, when he was out there sending money around, the people who made the internet added this placeholder because they said one day we will have a crypto form of sending money globally that everybody will be on the same system. You won't have a B of A system, a Wells Fargo. See, back in the old days, banks weren't using a common money platform. Now we have like ACH, right? So you get, the clearinghouse. You got 20, 30 of America's biggest banks all on a platform. That wasn't around in 97. So when the internet was made, they knew you'd have some kind of Elon Musk type payment system that everybody in the world would use, but they didn't have it. They had the internet. It's kind of like if you're a researcher, you can only do so much researcher, and then you got to stop and give it to somebody else to carry on. Now, that's what happened with Ryan Fugger. Now we're starting to get into it. Ryan Fugger was a guy that started Ripple, but he could only take it so far. And around 2000, I want to say 10 or 11, is when the Ripple came in and took it over. Ryan Fugger got a payment system that we call Ripple. The money was actually called Ripples, and he got this code going. So let's take it back before we get totally off track. We're going back to the internet. There's a section on the internet called HTTP 402. It was designed for global payments. Back then, they didn't have any global payments. They knew that one would show up one day. So they were thinking forward, and they put a section on the internet to be able for everybody to pay on. But here's the key. Everybody's got to be on the same platform. Fast forward 30 years. Coinbase sees this placeholder on the internet called HTTP 402. So what happens is 3 decades later, so let's go to the second paragraph. 3 decades later, crypto exchange Coinbase, through its developer platform. So then Coinbase develops this idea of having a one world platform. Oh man, here we go, everybody. Starting to get kind of weird. They develop a one world platform. It's called X402. What is this? A new open source protocol that creates a native payment layer for the web. There you go. Now, it gets more complicated than this. That's just the beginning. So that's that whole article right there. I didn't want to read it. I just wanted to explain it like we're having story time with Crypto Hulk. Oh, gee, Crypto Hulk. That's my favorite time of the day is story time with Crypto Hulk. Somehow I know, Crypto Hulk, this little story time is going to involve drug use and hookers, isn't it? Shut up. Quit being, this is supposed to be a family show. Since when, Crypto Hulk? Oh my God. Now we're gonna dig a little deeper. The Wikipedia article here. We're gonna dig a little deeper and find out what platform did Coinbase make, or what platform did Coinbase integrate with to be interoperable. Now this little story, Mark, New Jersey says, drugs and hookers are my favorite times of the day. Oh my God, this is not good. Okay, we gotta focus here. All right. Now, back in 2015, so about 10 years ago, Ripple has 2 employees, Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz. They create something called, I just want to say what it really is, Codius. Okay. Now, what is Codius? It's a universal translator. Codius is a protocol. It's like a translator. Let's say you can go to any country in the world and speak everybody's language. That's Ripple's Codius. They developed that, okay? Now, some people want to say, oh, Codius is dead. No. It's only been added to. If anything, they've added AI to it and they've added new technologies. It was developed and it worked, because I'm going to show you an example right here. But what happened is Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz created a protocol of communication. It's called the Interledger protocol. It's Codius, okay? So what they did is they gave this to the internet. Now, it's a communications protocol. Now, we know that there's, well, let me continue reading. So that's what they gave the internet. So in 2015, okay, what's interesting to know is that in 2015, Ripple gave this to the internet, and they were able to send money from a Bitcoin ledger on Bitstamp to an XRP ledger at GateHub. Bitcoin's been around, remember, since 2009. Here we are at 2015. There's no interoperability at all in the internet, okay? Everybody have to use the same platform. Ripple comes along in 2015. Remember back in 1997, we had the HTTP 402, right? It's almost like they've been waiting for a payments crypto to come along since 1997. Here we go. 18 years later, Ripple invents what they call the Interledger protocol, and they give it to the internet. Why is that? Because Ripple's the government. Ripple is the government. This is the only thing that makes sense, okay? So Ripple gives this to the internet, and in 2016, the internet, for the first time, is able to be used to go from one ledger to another. That's Ripple right there, okay? The Bitcoin ledger only speaks Bitcoin. The Ethereum ledger only speaks Ethereum, right? But what if you could have a universal translator, Codius, in between two ledgers? Now they're bridged up and they can talk. You can have a Bitcoin send stuff through Ripple over to Ethereum. This never could happen before. Now, the article here talks about the HTTP 402. It remained largely unused. But guess what? Ripple just made it usable in 2016. Now, what's very interesting is nobody's talking about this. Coinbase says we have a new protocol that's able to talk to different ledgers. Well, where'd they get that at? What they did, in my opinion, is they went to the 2016 Ripple Interledger protocol, built on top of it, and now taking credit for it. That's my opinion. Then they're going to capitalize on it and make trillions. Now, it doesn't stop there. Can't stop, won't stop. Coinbase, again, let me show you here. Then we'll be done, I think. Yeah, we got one more slide after this and we're done. So Coinbase doesn't stop there. They're going after all the money. Coinbase is utilizing Ripple technology, which is Codius, and the Interledger protocol. Coinbase comes in, oh, we discovered payments for the internet. No, you didn't. Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz did in 2015 with the Interledger protocol. And that same year in 2014, they released Codius for the world. It's the God of the internet, if you want to put it that way. It's the master translator. It's the smart oracle, which tells the oracle, which tells the smart contract, which tells the crypto what to do. This is all Ripple. It's not Coinbase, but it's okay. At least you and me know what really is the core of this. Here's the next article's title. Coinbase buys Deribit for about $3 billion to expand Coinbase options. This is what I'm talking about. I want you to see what's going on. The biggest people, okay, look, the people in charge now are going to, and people who have been in charge will continue to be in charge. They're not being taken away to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, okay? What we have here again is, look, Coinbase and BlackRock hook up. That's pretty fucking huge. Those two then hook up Deribit, which is the biggest derivatives crypto exchange in the entire world. Are you seeing this? Crypto Hulk, that's 3 companies in one. Yes. Let me go back and repeat what I said 5 years ago. You could have 100 crypto exchanges, and then there will be 10. What am I showing you right here? Coinbase, BlackRock, and Deribit used to be separate companies. Now, whoop, they're all one. Are you seeing what I'm saying? 100 crypto exchanges become 10. And then you're like, fuck, Crypto Hulk. All this shit you've been saying all these years is now starting to come true. Yes, it is. I'm glad you're amazed. Thank you for this not supporting all these years. Okay. Coinbase is doing that. And I just wanted to show you that because that's how all these 100 exchanges will become 10. Lastly, this is the last article with Coinbase and BlackRock taking over the whole entire world. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned that like 2 companies are running the whole world. That's not a big deal to me. What we have here is the DTCC. Now, oh God, here we go. The DTCC is a private company where all the stock markets in the world kind of like police themselves. They regulate themselves. Must be nice being your own boss, right? It's called the DTCC, Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. They settle every securities derivatives, whatever it is in the world, stock market, whatever. They settle every single transaction. So if you go to buy a stock, it goes through them at the very end, and then they release that to the world to be public knowledge or whatever, okay? Everything goes through them. How much do they control of all the derivative stocks and all that? $3 quadrillion. We're not talking about market cap, people. The market cap for crypto and all that shit is probably what, $1 trillion or something, or 3 trillion or whatever. It's nothing. 3 quadrillion. That's like, that number is so massive. This is the kind of money that BlackRock and Coinbase are going after. That's why this is important, because you've got all these countries around the world on different payment platforms. That's going to change because you know why? Coinbase added on and is utilizing Codius and the Ripple's Interledger protocol. Coinbase built on top of that. And then now all these companies are going to build on top of Coinbase. That's how that shit works, okay? And that's how Coinbase is going to make all the money with BlackRock. Very interesting. We're at the 47-minute mark, okay? You take a quick peek in the comments section. You cannot buy Codius. It's like a platform. It's a code. It would be like saying, I want to buy the XRP ledger. Well, you can't really buy that because it belongs to the internet. But it's a program. It's like an app for your phone. Let's say if you have a Interledger protocol. Yeah, I can't even really explain. You can't buy Codius. It's like an application. So, and it's integrated into the World Wide Web. Yeah. Codius is the tech they built this stuff on. It's not for sale. Right. It would be like saying, I don't know. You just can't buy it. I can't explain it. You just can't buy it. I mean, that protocol, when Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas made it, and they gave it, you should have probably intercepted those two guys back in 2015 before they gave it to the World Wide Web. Can't buy a freeway. Yeah, it's like trying to buy the freeway. Like, that's not going to work because it belongs to that. The land that the freeway is on belongs to everybody. So you couldn't just like sell that off. In a way, I guess you could, but it would really, I think, be illegal. But anyhow, let's get off that subject. Okay, you're going to love this. Yep, XRP is going to be used by 6,000 pharmacies. Oh my God. Hey, just keep bringing the good news. One of these days, this will all take off. But until then, I'll give you fundamental news. I'll give you real world use case. I'll give you cheap crypto prices right now, because one day when this thing takes off, you'll never be able to afford to buy one XRP again. If you're poor, like we are now. Once you're crypto rich, yeah, you can buy one or whatever. But what I'm saying is once all this news, this fundamental news has been pushed down, and it's ready to boom the price. I'm talking about people that never got in, people that never had any crypto. When this thing booms and takes off, you'll be priced out. You won't be able to afford to buy one XRP. It might be like $5,000 or $10,000. A lot of people I know, they don't have much money just sitting around. Oh yeah, sure, I'll just go buy an XRP for $5,000 or $10,000. But I don't know people that have that much money where they can just do some shit like that. Yeah, I want to buy about 200 or 300 XRPs. You gotta have a lot of money. Right now, 200 or 300 XRPs running about $400 or $500. In the future, probably $400,000 to $500,000. Okay. XRP payments coming to 6,000 U.S. pharmacies in a $50 million healthcare deal. There's a company called Wellgistics. Wellgistics aims to cut transactions times from days to seconds by integrating XRP, disrupting pharmacy payment systems. Everybody, the pharmacies of the United States are running on different kind of payment systems. That's why it can take days for things to happen and people to get paid. That's all going to change. I'm showing you right now. And I don't care about a price change. The beauty of this, I'm giving you the best fundamental news. Real world, they're not using Bitcoin to pay for medications and shit. They're not and for maybe you need a medication that costs $5,000. Your insurance company will pay, but it's going to take five days to get it. You might be dead by then, right? Hey, the insurance company wouldn't mind that. What XRP is going to do, this company is utilizing the XRP ledger to make lightning fast payments in the pharmacy world. 6,000 pharmacies. You can go do something and you'll get paid, or that pharmacy will get paid in 2 to 3 seconds, and off you go with your medication. Okay. Stu Lavelle gave 10 memberships out. Sabrina Moore, Diamond Dave, Hit Dice, Brian Wolf, Bitcoin Wolf Club got a membership by Stu Lavelle. D. Wonder Pants got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Joe Hutton, Reams Green, Old Dude, Thompson 777 got a membership by Stu Lavelle, and Anthony Parham got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Okay, so we look here. Now, here's what I want to show you. This whole deal was done by Wellgistics Health. Now, here's where XDC crypto comes in. This is very interesting. LDA Capital, Lincoln David Adam, LDA Capital is a private investment group. They gave Wellgistics Health $50 million to try to get XRP to 6,000 pharmacies so they could use it. And in this article right here, I'm going to show you next. Watch this. So we're talking about XRP, right? Okay. But in this article, dated 2022, the XDC network gets $50 million from LDA Capital right there. Bam. Oh, shit. So the same LDL Capital gave Ripple and XDC $50 million for blockchain. And here we go now. We're at 2 to 3 years later, and now the shit's starting to show up. So sometimes when you see a deal like this, XDC crypto gets $50 million, but the price doesn't go up. That's because there's a delay, everybody. Okay, it's not just like you hear the news, you look at the price. Oh, nothing happened. You hear the news, you look at the price. Oh, nothing happened. Don't do that. Please don't do that fucking dumb shit. What we do on this channel is we look at fundamental news, and then I invest in that based on whenever that shit happens, when it fucking happens. I don't have a crystal ball. LDA Capital invests in XDC. LDA Capital gives Wellgistics money, $50 million, to utilize XRP for 6,000 pharmacies. When will the price increase happen? When it does. When they start using it, the use case gets bigger and bigger. The demand for XRP goes up. Guess what? Price goes up. So it's not like you hear the news, you look at the price. Don't do that dumb shit like other channels, okay? Please don't do that. You're going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to go broke because you're going to invest in something, and then tomorrow when it doesn't go up, oh, man, it's not going up. So, but then you go watch Peppy Coin, and your stupid ass invests everything you got because it went up 90%. But then 3 months later, that drops 200%. So then you just lost all your money. So look, just go with the fundamentals. You'll be just fine. Have patience. Go to your job each day. One last article. I'm going to squeeze this one in. You're going to love it. It's with BlackRock again. Here we go. Fucking BlackRock. All right. Fundamental news. This article here is massive. Okay. It's going to talk about XRP, but it's not going to mention it. Look right here, title. BlackRock meets the SEC Crypto Task Force. That's pretty fucking amazing. To discuss tokenization and ETP rules. Let me change the title so you can get a better idea on where I'm going. BlackRock sends somebody to go talk to the SEC about crypto. The next question would be, Crypto Hulk, who was that person that BlackRock sent? Well, I'm glad you asked, okay? Let's go to the first paragraph and read. BlackRock representatives. Okay, so they mentioned more than one. I'll tell you what, there's really only one person of importance here. They don't mention it in the article. You're going to love this. This is why you watch Crypto Hulk, because I'm going to read an article. It has nothing to do that you can see with Ripple. And it has nothing to do with a former Ripple employee. You don't see that in the article. That's why when dumbasses say, oh, I'm just going to watch Crypto Hulk short little videos and I'll catch all the rest of it. No, you won't. I'm sorry, you won't. You're going to miss out on certain things. When you watch my show, okay, look, the little videos are teaser videos. They're designed, obviously, to grab your attention, to kind of show you what the show's going to be about. But please, for the love of God, don't use the shorts as like Cliff Notes, okay? It's like when you read the whole novel, you have a full understanding on everything. When you just read Cliff Notes, you just understand certain key points. You know, it's not the same. BlackRock sends representatives to meet with the U.S. SEC. Okay. So now we go to the next article here. Let's look into this a little more, Crypto Hulk. Show us more about this BlackRock and who did they send over? Red Rover, who did BlackRock send over? Well, in my opinion, Robbie Mitchnick. Here's an article from salt.org. There's a guy named Robbie Mitchnick. Look at his title. He's the head of digital assets for BlackRock. Do you understand this? This is fucking massive right here. Robert Mitchnick serves as the head of digital assets of BlackRock. Continue listening. During his time at Ripple, oh shit, there's XRP connection, everybody. During his time at Ripple, Robbie co-authored a fundamental valuation framework for crypto assets. Okay. So this guy, he is a fucking genius. Okay. I'm not going to get into kissing his ass any more than this. but Robbie Mitchnick is responsible for driving BlackRock's digital asset strategy. A former Ripple XRP genius, and he's truly a genius. Ask anybody in the XRP world, Robbie Mitchnick, yeah, he's close to David Schwartz, kind of Stefan Thomas, fucking genius, Jed McCaleb kind of level shit, okay? Not quite Jed, but hey, if Robbie Mitchnick is in charge of BlackRock's crypto, this guy's fucking genius. So, hold on. So when BlackRock wants to talk to the SEC, we're basically saying Robbie Mitchnick, former Ripple genius, is talking to the SEC. That's what's going on, everybody. See how all this is connecting back together? Vinny's been a member for 4 months at the 2024 crypto explosion. LOL, Hulk only shorts. I'm teased by are those damn meals you're eating. I have to eat good food. Life's too short to eat fucked up food. I don't take a picture of all I usually have a good lunch. I don't usually do a dinner. So usually my lunch is what you see, or I eat the food about 1:30 to 2 o'clock-ish. Like my last meal yesterday, dinner was what time? I had a slice of Dave's Killer bread, a can of albacore tuna with some mayo, black olives, and some 1-year aged cheese, like sliced cheese, like the aged shit they stick in a refrigerator for like a whole year and whatever it is. And then I threw in some whey protein, a scoop of that. That was lunch. That was dinner at about 2:30. So I was done with my dinner by 3 p.m. I go to bed about 10:30, and up at 5:30 where I eat breakfast. So I go almost 15 hours or something without eating. But luckily I'm sleeping. And then when I wake up, my stomach's like super empty. Anyhow, quit distracting me. We're talking about BlackRock, not a big deal, the biggest company in the world, talking to the SEC about crypto. I say it was Robbie Mitchnick. Why? Because he's in charge of BlackRock's digital assets. Only makes sense, but maybe I'm wrong, right? But when the SEC is going to talk to BlackRock about crypto, they're going to have Robbie Mitchnick there. I'm just saying. So I don't think a chimpanzee would have a tough time figuring that out. Next, BlackRock's already working with Ripple. Let me show you the evidence right here. I should say BlackRock is using Ripple technology, which they are. Here's Ondo. Ondo is helping BlackRock tokenize real-world assets. Ondo is a crypto, and you can buy it at my Caleb and Brown link. Now, Ondo is Ethereum-based, so we all know that shit's not interoperable. So Ondo had to have a helper. That's called Axelar. Axelar is also another crypto, and you can buy that at Caleb and Brown, my sponsor. Ondo joins with Axelar to get BlackRock's tokenization done. But guess what? There's more to this. You're Ondo, Axelar, but guess what? XRP is involved in this, or let's say Ripple, because Axelar is a Ripple partner right there. Bam. XRP Ledger, Ethereum virtual machine sidechain, enhancing interoperability with the Axelar bridge. So there we know that Ripple technology being utilized by Axelar is helping Ondo, who is working with BlackRock. That's not a big deal. So there's 3 cryptos you probably want to get. That'll do it for today. I showed you maybe a couple articles, and that's all I could because the connections are so fucking deep. What did I show you for at least an hour? A whole lot of bullshit. What I showed you for an hour was this. The biggest companies in the world are working on a financial structure that will be used by everybody in the world. BlackRock will get super fucking rich because they designed a platform that goes on top of the XRP ledger, which utilizes Codius in the Interledger protocol. BlackRock will use this because everybody's business will go to BlackRock, which is built on top of that. So they'll get so rich, it's unbelievable. They kind of cornered the market. What are they doing? They're utilizing Ripple technology and the internet, which had a space in 1997 for global payments. But in 1997, the internet wasn't that good. They didn't have the technology. Then came along Ripple in 2015, again, with the Interledger protocol, Codius, built that in. They did the first transmission in 2016. They went from the Bitstamp Bitcoin ledger to the GateHub XRP ledger, first cross-chain transaction in history, 2016. We speed this up to 2025. BlackRock announces, hey, we can put universal payments on the internet. Now, this is where we're at right now. I've already explained how BlackRock's working with Ondo, which is a crypto, Axelar, which is the crypto, and Ripple's partner, Axelar, to have interoperability to accomplish their test project, which is what I say is a tokenization. BlackRock is tokenizing real-world assets as a test to show that interoperability works. This is just a test. This BIDL project that BlackRock's got, the BUIDL, this is all a fucking test. And I'm telling you this, BlackRock already has this new platform, and they're running on it now, probably on a private ledger, so we can't see. That's how they know all this Codius and Interledger protocol works, is because they've been testing it now for God knows how long. I don't know, but they're just telling us now. So I now gave you 3 cryptos. You can determine whether you want to invest in them or not. I would personally. I can't buy everything, but would I 2 thumbs up all these cryptos I just described? Absolutely. They're already a part of the world. They're already part of the world system, because the BlackRock, they're already utilizing 3 cryptos just for that BIDL program. That's it. And then you got to throw in XDC and shit. Like, I can't go on and on. The show's already 7 minutes over. But I showed you the world's biggest companies and the cryptos that they're using. Shouldn't be that too tough to determine if you want to buy either one of those 3 or not. It's up to you. All right. Last minute comments. And then I got to shut this program off. Thank you, Hulk. All right. Make it a good day. All right. I am done. I think with Coinbase, somebody from the government's working with them. I think, well, that's obviously clear. I think that somebody from a 3-letter agency got with Coinbase, got with BlackRock, and said, BlackRock, we're going to help you get into crypto. Here's Coinbase. You got the biggest exchange. You guys work on this shit. And then they bought Deribit, which is Deribit. Like, it's all the government. I think somebody wants to see BlackRock succeed and make sure that they're number one. That's how they. So I can't get into this any longer. But it's like, yes, the government's involved in some way. Yes, they are. This is not just random shit, okay? BlackRock, yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Okay, I have to go. I'll have a show tonight. Maybe 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. But there's a lot of news out there. Fundamental real world news stuff I'm showing you right here. This isn't like gambling. This is reality. BlackRock, Coinbase, and then they're working with Ondo, Axelar, and Ripple. You know, XDC's thrown in, like, and XDC's tied in with the DTCC. These are all cryptos. It's not like a Pepe. This isn't gambling. This is like real facts. I'm showing you real facts with the world's biggest companies. We're not dealing with ABC, I've never heard of exchange, working with Ripple. We're talking the world's biggest investment companies. I'm showing you which cryptos they're using. It's a no-brainer, okay? All righty. We got Linda McKinney. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Says, works can express your wisdom. So you guys take advantage of the information on this channel. There's no reason you can't end up rich. I'm telling you, there's really no reason. You'd have to be so fucking stupid, you know, serious. Like, I can't break this down anymore. I'm showing you the biggest companies in the world, and I'm spoon feeding a baby what fucking cryptos are the world's biggest organizations using right now, and what cryptos are the world's biggest organization. What cryptos are they building on? I'm already giving them that away. That information is free. I ask that you join the channel, get a membership, and I'll see you all in my next broadcast. Oh, wait. Yeah, Will Easky, thank you very much for that tax-free donation. Totally appreciate that. I got to go. There's just so much information. This information doesn't stop. Like something, look, I'm telling you what, there is no way I'm finding all this information and then nothing fucking happens. There's no, something's going on and I don't know what it is, but I've been doing this shit for 5 years. I'm almost starting to get overworked. The past 2 to 3 weeks, it's fucking nutso. The amount of news coming out the past 2 weeks. But it started about 3 weeks ago, maybe. And now it's just, I could make 2-hour shows twice a day. Like, seriously. Like, I can't do it because I'm going to get overworked. But it's like, I got to right now start throwing away articles because I can't do them all. It's not possible. Like before, I'm desperate, like an 80-year-old hooker trying to make $5 on the Las Vegas Strip at 12 o'clock at night when everybody's buzzing and drunk. I have a hard time finding news. I would spend literally 2 hours trying to put a show together to find news. Now, no joke. I could have 10 articles lined up. Now I got to read the articles and figure out, okay, well, I need like 4 out of these. Like before, I couldn't even find news. Right now, I got to start throwing some away because I have so many news articles. I can only do 4 or 5 a show. That's it, tops. So now I got to throw away news that I can't use. Whereas a month or 2 ago, I'm desperate trying to find news articles. That tells you something's going on, okay? All right, Crypto She-Hulk, member for 33 months at the 2024 Crypto Explosion. Happy Mother's Day. And then Crypto Hulk, you are the mother, brings us all to a rich and bright future. Thanks for all you do. Right on for that, everybody. I'll see you later.